Let's kill some shit.
You popped your knuckles and it was like, that was a legit sound.
That was like Foley work.
I'm sad that I missed it right before we started the...
Oh,
Hi,
welcome.
everybody.
Well met and pop a knuckle or two. People of Dice. I'm Rurik and you're listening to Probability of Demise. We're a group of storytellers playing a nerdy game using chance and our imaginations to provide rules and structure to Atland, a world of our own making. Atland exists on a version of Earth thousands of years in the future, a planet left vulnerable by science and infected with magic. This is a world far different from the one you know today. Continents have shifted, cities have arisen, and new creatures and peoples of varied origin dot the wondrous landscape. Thank you for coming with us as we explore it together. This is a very special episode of our show because we are pre-recorded this once so that I can go play nerdy games out at a Portland game convention called, I forgot already.
GameStorm.
GameStorm, thank you.
I think it's actually pronounced GameStorm. In my head, that's how it's said.
I believe that this is also going to be airing after our
It's a good movie.
Considering Matthew Shepard?
Yes, after considering I was trying to remember the title of it. I was like, it's something Matthew Shepard, but is it remembering? Yes, considering Matthew Shepard. So this will be airing after that, right? This is the Sunday following. So future, past, yay, Larissa and Jason.
I'm sure we did
I can't believe the resounding.
We did such a great job. It was awesome. Let me tell you all about it.
And if you want to support a really cool nonprofit doing awesome things in those spaces, check out the Stonewall Corral. They do really cool stuff. In addition to that, we are doing merch.
Yes.
Stuff.
You can find, in the show notes, you can find the link to our TeePublic account, which has, for example, the shirt Larissa's wearing, the coffee cup Rurik is holding.
I think it automatically shows the shirt. And you have to push buttons to get the random other objects.
On the bottom, I'm eventually I have like a dozen designs in my head for more shirts that I'm going to try to make, and then like probably move it to Redbubble. But this one will probably just stay there forever because why take it down? I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Might as well. And there, I forgot. I did everything out of order. Introducing the amazing magical people here. There is a new game for the moment. I'm making it up as we go because I forgot. Game this time is based on last week's game, which everybody picked something from their character that they would want in real life. But now I want you to pick something from somebody else's character that you would want in your real life. So now that you've thought about it, I am going to say that I would take from, I don't know, it's so hard. I'm going to take from Trixie the Step of the Wind thing, because just being able to move quickly like that in general would be wicked in all the ways. I always feel like I'm always super slow, can't get places, and I wouldn't need a car. I don't need a car. I don't want a car. I don't have a car, but I wouldn't need a car. So I'm down for that. Also, if I was like in my future sailboat and there was a problem, I would be at the problem before like anybody could blink. That would be Rockstar. So anybody else want to go second?
I might take Trixie's ability to do a severe amount of damage in 6 seconds to anything.
The pummeling blows of never-ending pummels.
Yeah. Like somebody's like, give me your wallet. And you're just like, excuse me.
They're just like a wavering flesh bag after the pummels of Trixie's ability.
I feel like Trixie's like very like Krav Maga. It's just like disable them as fast as possible and run. Like that's like every like Krav Maga self-defense class.
Oh, that first series of hits on the Drider last time, you just totally were killing. I was like, oh God, this is going to die before anybody gets to realize that it's been reskinned because somebody had to do that last minute. Cool. So that was Jason's. Jess and Larissa, do you have any thoughts?
I would. What Larissa
go ahead.
Said, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Nope.
No, you go. No, you.
There is no you goes. I will pick if you have to.
I'll go. So I think I would do the same thing Larissa did for herself. Like I would take the tongues. Being able to talk to anyone.
Apparently Trixie's the favorite steal from, and Larissa can't choose herself. So
That's fine because that's not what I would pick anyways. I would pick, is it message or sending? Which do you have?
Sending.
Yeah.
sending
I
is the one
both.
you like, I think. That's the
like
one that
sending.
gets the long distance short amount of words, right?
Yes. I would pick that because Jason never picks up the phone.
I just love this idea in my head of like suddenly you're like, okay, and then
This is what I imagine like dropping in on the Alexa is that you're just like in the living room.
like full on in somebody's brain as they're thinking, and their first response to you is, and I owe you what the heck? Oh shit. Oh, those are my words.
I'm gonna be in like a Zoom meeting at work, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, listen, everybody, this is really important. Make sure that you can you stop and get some milk on your way." God damn!
I mean, I think my favorite part is that he's the one that works from home, and I'm the one asking him to stop and get
I
milk
don't
on his.
No, I imagine as you leave work every day, Larissa, you'll be like, hey, do you want me to grab you anything? And he's like, ah!
I'm pooping. Leave me alone.
Basically,
Oh, I would wait for those moments when somebody was in the bathroom and be like, so how are things going in there?
Or just constantly sending, are you pooping yet? Just throughout the day.
does grunting count as a word when you're replying?
We have
So
so
wrong.
derailed.
So wrong.
All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back next week.
Right?
Who's
Pooping. You're pooping. No.
Dare we do a word of the day?
I have a word of the day.
Okay.
All right. Word
not very
of the
good.
day.
Word of the day.
Okay. I also feel like I may have done this one, but I'm not sure. But
Go for it.
anyways, today's word of the day is factotum. Have I done that yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. Factotum. A person whose work involves a wide variety of tasks.
Oh.
Factotum. How do you spell that?
Factotum.
Yep.
Jack of all trades, kind of.
Yep.
I was just thinking like a gopher.
It's like that. It's the handyman, odd job, general employee, jote, jack of all trades or Jill of all trades.
Oh, look at that puppy. If you're listening on the podcast, sorry, there's a really cute puppy in the background of Larissa.
Yeah. That is our total
mascot.
enjoyable distractor. The joys. Factotum. All right. So inspiration attached to that, and hopefully somebody gets it this time because the last week's one just didn't work.
It was a really solid attempt, though.
Solid. Like, never mind. I'm gonna get in trouble. All right. So that's that, and we're not gonna do the commercial for our pre-record because that would be weird. But we are going to do a recap, which should be so hard seeing as we just survived it in real time, but in game time,
I feel
it
like you'd
hasn't.
be surprised.
Let's see how much we forgot in 10 seconds.
Have you met me?
I rolled a 9.
19.
Whoa!
Boom. Not 2 weeks in a row.
Okay. Impressive.
Oh, there it is. I couldn't
Larissa,
find
say you rolled anything lower than a 9.
Everybody else is going to roll a natural 20 just because I rolled a 19.
That would be awesome, but I already messed up. So.
Larissa, did you roll a natural 20?
Larissa's smiling way too hard, and Jess is looking really forlorn. You just spit it out, people.
4.
Natural 1!
I knew it was one or the other.
I was ready to
From your face,
celebrate.
I knew it was, yeah.
Jess's face said all sorts of bad things, and Larissa's face was like, well, at least I just did this. Okay. We are all ears to you, Larissa.
Okay.
All of the attention is on you.
I'm just trying to see if we're going to get an audio break here.
Can't hear anything.
Yeah, that's because
Oh.
it's like,
That's because the dog blew out all of our eardrums.
Okay, bring it.
We do have we like to joke about how Buffy's ears could be like a police audio weapon to break up riots or something, military something. Like
Yeah.
you could just like can that and like put it out a speaker and just explode people's eardrums. She's so loud, like the little tiny dog, very big bark.
You know, I know you all talk about that and you say that before, but I just don't hear it as much through the audio. I mean, I hear her, but she doesn't sound ridiculously
Yeah, there
loud.
is like an overtone to her bark that is filtered out, I think, through the microphone. Like it doesn't
Like
translate.
her level of decibels can't be read by a mic, but can be by the human ear, and so you get the
Exactly.
pain.
It's usually fine, but if she's like next to you on the couch and then somebody walks past in the hallway, she's like, "Bark!" She's like, "Oh my god!" Oh, and like your earrings, like your tinnitus goes off. It's a whole thing.
That's amazing. Well, now that Lorsa is very distracted, I'm hoping she's ready to regale us.
I'm gonna try. Dog's willing.
Just ignore him. It's fine. We like the sound.
Instead of God willing, it's just dog willing.
Dog willing.
Just go. Doesn't bother us.
Last week on Probability of Demise, we started off we had just entered the tunnel underneath or through the shipyard. And we, thanks to Asher's scroll of, what is it? Scroll of
Find path.
Find the
the
path.
path.
And the
We were able to go down a direct route without getting distracted in any way.
That's a nice way of saying once again we've managed to skip all of Rurik's encounters.
Not all of them.
All. I do
Not all.
treasure you all.
Not all of them, but most of them. And we did eventually run into a Drider, which is a drow that has been transformed into a like spider hybrid monster.
Like a centaur, but drowned.
But with 8
Yes.
legs and 2 arms.
Yes. Yeah. So 10 limbs, as you said last time.
Yes. The 10-limbed monstrosity that they are.
And with some very high perception rolls, we all kind of heard it coming, but Trixie especially saw it coming and ambushed it with a natural 20 on the initiative roll, and just started hacking away at it in an attempt to at least disable it. But by doing so, she came face to face with the creature and realized that it had a striking resemblance to Tanzanite. And so she decided to make an effort to at least stun the creature so that Tanzanite could figure out what our next step should be. Tanzanite did attempt to at least communicate with the creature to see if any part of her sister, which is what the creature looked like, remained within, and the creature still attacked her, and so we all still attacked it, and with a well-placed fireball, Asher burned up what was remaining after all of the previous attacks. There was a discussion about whether we could possibly bring her back based on Asher's knowledge of of how Driders were made. There was discussion about whether it would be possible for Tanzanite to possibly bring her sister back as she was before. But when Tanzanite stepped, or at least peeked into the void, she couldn't find her sister's soul. And so the trio sat for a little while, trying to figure out what their next step should be, whether they should come back to the body, move on. And eventually it was decided that they should continue on and at least give justice for Tanzanite's sibling. We ended up stumbling upon or maybe it was in the room that we fought the spider in, or in the area that we fought the spider in. There, we had discovered some abandoned mining gear, and it looked like the owners of the gear didn't flee up, but flee further into the tunnels. Asher picked up a pickaxe that looked particularly interesting, and gave it to Trixie.
Fancy.
Huh?
I said fancy.
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 Shiny, I believe the term was
It's
used.
sparkled with a special sparkle.
With the special je ne sais quoi. And also a jar of some sort of chemical substance. Asher picked it up and put it in his bag. And they decided to continue on until they started to hear sounds coming up ahead of them. So they decided to try to stealth and be quiet. And they actually rolled pretty decent on all of those rolls as well. So they crept up, and then right before they went to enter the room, Tanzanite stopped them and turned herself invisible and went on to scout ahead. What she found was a room filled with the same creatures as they had just encountered, centered around her mother, seemingly sitting on a throne, but much larger in her appearance than she seemed to be the last time we saw her.
And it was actually her own butt, because she was a spider too.
So upon closer inspection, she realized that her mother had also become a form of Drider, and that the other ones were serving her in a way. She came back and informed the rest of the group, and they talked about what they should do, whether they should attack. Trixie had asked whether Tanzanite could tell if they were all connected to, if all of the smaller creatures were connected to her mother, seeing as her sister's soul didn't appear in the void after passing. And Jason, wow, Dykeman's really hot tonight. And so I guess I'd kind of missed that part of it in terms of what the answer was. If you had peeked into the void or into the other room, and there was something about completing the weaving, and I didn't quite understand where that
was
impulse was coming from.
Yeah, we don't really know. I just had that impulse leaving the room.
Not the void.
I think I might know, but
Right.
Asher doesn't know, so I'm just leaving it alone.
So it was basically decided to go in and attempt to at least finish this, as is the responsibility of the trio and as part of the alliance, to eliminate a threat. And Tanzanite, before we went in, reached out to her fellow Pantheon ally. Initially,
Did tell her where they were.
Yes, initially not including our location. At which point, Asher decided to throw a half-hearted prayer out to said god that was kind of accepted, provisionally, I think. And then Trixie was kind of inspired to reiterate her belief in Tanzanite from when she did her previous prayer when she needed her help under the pumpkin house. And based on how the rolls fell, now Trixie has some sort of creature that's like a little dragon, shadow
dragon.
It barks like Buffy.
Why can't I think? Companion, I guess, might be the word. I don't.
Familiar?
We're not sure what it is. But
all the old monk familiar, that old chestnut.
it seems very affectionate towards Trixie, and in the process of gaining that familiar, Tanzanite mistakenly answered something out loud in a voice louder than was necessary, and the other room with all of the enemies went quiet. And I believe that's about where we left off.
Yes, that matches up beautifully. The other room has gone quiet, and just a few things going through your brains right now. Tanzanite. Even as you notice the silence in the other space, I need you to roll a religion check. Again. Asher, I need you to roll a history check. Trixie, I need you to roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh,
26.
26.
that feels extremely hostile right off the
Starting
bat.
with Asher, you having heard the descriptor of what Tanzanite experienced and the sudden silence in the next space, your Rolodex of delving into spaces that you probably didn't belong as a young person starts to flip over. And you remember something that was probably fiction. It has to be fiction, but maybe it had some basis in fact. Something about a dark weave, and as people have been using more and more frequently, especially under just the leadership of Nee and yourself and your discoveries in the magical spaces, in Arcanum in general, the metaphor of weaving magic has been big. And you remember something about weaving darkness. And was it fiction or fact? But couldn't they weave something that they wore? And wasn't it in and of itself something that related to some sort of powerful lords or other dark entities, and you can't remember what? But it's, even as you're having these thoughts and that Rolodex hit is hitting you, that silence in that other room is dangerous. Tanzanite, what'd you get for your religion check?
21.
One of your shadows is missing. But it's not missing. It's just not tucked away. It's connected. It's doing its job, but it's doing its job. It's spinning around in different. It's here. It's near you. No, it's not near you. It's not yours anymore.
It's a little dragon.
That little shadow on Trixie's shoulder. That was one of your shadows. Holy crap. Trixie believes in you. One of your closest companions believes in you. And you feel the connection between yourself and Trixie is 3 times as strong as it ever was. And you somehow are channeling some of your divine capacity to this little shadow that's attached itself to Trixie. And this is wild territory for you. Another unknown thing to figure out.
Add it to the list.
Sorry, I
Trixie.
was trying to make it more simple. I did the wrong thing.
No, it's wonderful.
Trixie, what's your charisma saving throw?
18.
You're able to manage somehow this little shadow thing, and you feel like you have, it's like when you are introduced to somebody's baby and they want you to hold it, and you're nervous that it's going to start crying, but for some reason you just have the way, and it settled in right away.
Roll your
And
shadow
this-
handling check.
The same thing happens here. This little shadow that's not a shadow, because you're so close to it, you can actually tell and see it's not a shadow at all. It's a full-fledged creature. It's just dark. At least in the darkness of this cave, outside of a much more lit up space. But again, it's hard to pay attention to this when there is such silence from a room that had sound, that you know what lurks within. The light hasn't changed there, but it is way too quiet over just yonder. What are the three of you up to?
I am reloading my pistol with fire bullets, which I don't know what those actually do, but you told me I have one
Yes.
basically of each.
You just got to tell me when you use them.
Okay.
I'd be doing one of those like slow turnarounds, pulling out the shovel, and just kind of like holding my breath.
Do you have
See
two
what
weapon
happens.
fighting?
I don't think I have dual wielding.
Okay.
I think that's what I would need, right?
To wield the pickaxe and the shovel? I think it would be two weapon fighting. But maybe not.
What are you doing, Tanzanite? Do you have...
I think,
She done being real sad.
yeah, I think she's just kind of standing there. She's like, a lot has happened, and now she's just waiting to go.
You're still invisible.
Great.
None of that thing has dispelled that, but
Yeah.
the three of you are standing there outside. Your gun is reloaded. Trixie, you've moved and faced this entrance. Nothing's come out.
Trixie, put on your goggles and look at the red ceiling.
Okay.
They're spiders.
As Trixie, as you look up, roll a perception check.
First of all, how did you know?
How did I know what?
There were spiders above
Oh.
us.
No, the people they're spider people, so I thought maybe if we're not seeing
Oh.
them coming through the tunnel, maybe they're above us.
It's a 23.
Oh, you're
You
not
see
saying
nothing.
like, hey, they're there. Got it, you're asking.
That you see nothing. You don't even see bats or signs of bats. It's just a ceiling of a cavern. This small tunnel.
I'm gonna like feel around for Tanzanite.
I give her my hand.
Yeah, you're easily able to locate each other given that.
Can you sneak maybe back in and surround them, and we'll come in and distract them, and then you can.
Oh, I can be really distracting.
So just like go to the opposite side.
If you can. Can you give her a
I got
boost?
this.
Asher, can you give her a boost?
I try.
What does that
am I-
mean?
Wait, why am I boosting her?
No, I
Um,
don't mean a physical boost. I mean like a.
Oh, like a
Give me a
inspiring
poem.
boost.
One that doesn't hurt my brain.
One that doesn't hurt my brain.
I wrote you this poem and hope it brings you great cheer. Now fight like a pro.
Asher whispers, those still no movement from the entryway to the space, but you are now with a bardic inspiration in your favor.
Grab one of those so that
Awesome. I do that all the time when I'm reading stuff. I add words, and then it's not correctly a haiku anymore, but whatever.
Are you
I'm
slipping in
yeah,
through
I'm gonna
those?
sneak through the main thing.
Roll a
I'm
stealth
also
check, please.
gonna, I also want to somehow, I don't know how I would, but like protect my brain. Be like, there's something weird in here. Just don't let anything get in your brain.
Okay, roll a
sneaking.
stealth check.
they're like, shut up, just go.
Just do the thing.
I would like to counter charm our group.
Mm.
What does that do?
What does counter charm require? Just so I know.
Just requires an action. So,
Stealth.
until the end of
I
our
mean, like for the spell itself.
it's not a spell. It's just an action. So,
Okay.
during that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet that can hear you gain advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. I'm gonna be like, don't be scared.
I don't think. She can be charmed anyways.
No, but you can. So can I. So.
Fair.
And she can be
Cool.
frightened.
Cool.
Actually, I think she has advantage against being charmed. I think she can be charmed.
No.
Advantage.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she can still be charmed.
Oh, right. You can't be magic to sleep. That's it.
To sleep. Ow. Yeah.
Good old Fey ancestry.
Okay, what'd you roll for your stealth check, Tanzanite?
Debating if I want to use my finger save it.
Use it. That's why I
Okay.
said it.
Yeah, so then in that case it was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 28.
You
Because I
slip
can
into
roll
the
a
room.
12 with it.
Yes.
You slip into the room and just looking left and right, go ahead and roll a perception check. But while you're
Don't think I add anything. Yes, I do.
For perception?
it's gonna be
yeah.
like, yeah, you had a lot. Your clericiness.
22.
Okay. You slip back into the room and the layout has changed. Spider webs are closer to this entrance that you just walked through. There are some on the floor and you catch sight of them before you step on any of them. Definitely triggers. You look to the left and you can make out shadowy forms with long bows aimed at the very place you just stepped through. You don't see your mother.
Meow!
I'm gonna
So you continue in.
walking
Okay, I just
in.
want you to roll a. You decide if it's acrobatics or what it is that you're doing. It can be acrobatics or sleight of hand, maybe trying to very carefully avoid the spider webs.
Okay. I'll do a acrobatics.
Okay.
Oh goodness gracious, that's not good. A whole 7.
You do really well for the first
I do
20
it
feet.
quietly though.
For 20 feet, you avoid any of the little trips and triggers. And as you almost have to do some sort of ridiculous contortion move to slip through a particular gap, you feel a twing. And as you feel that twing, you hear... Does
Oh no!
Yes.
well, they rolled like garbage, but does a 17 hit?
No.
Okay, well, none of these hit then. You hear and see 3 arrows. They have to roll with disadvantage because they can't really see you, but they know where you are because of the web. So it was like a whole thing here. But because you're invisible, it made it harder. You see 3 arrows fly past you as you're bent and contorted in this weird position. And you hear, reload, reload. What are you doing? You have a few seconds here.
I'm gonna keep walking, and I want to send a message. Send a sending.
Okay. Who are you sending to?
Sending. I'm gonna send it to Trixie,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, "They know you're there. There are traps. Mom is not in the same spot." I think you should head back up. Leave this to me.
Wow. All right. What are you doing, Trixie and Asher? Trixie, I guess, is the one who heard it. Trixie, what are you doing? How do you...
Do I have to say it out loud or do I just in my head? I can't remember.
You can whisper it, but it has to be said out loud. That's part of the spell.
Don't you fucking dare. We're in this together.
7.
If they haven't discovered you, stick to the plan. Let me know if you find Mom. Bye.
Okay. And I need anybody who's planning on sticking around to roll initiative.
I left. Have fun, guys. No, just kidding.
I told y'all to leave.
And
Oh, no,
as I'm
no.
saying that, Tanzanite, because you used your thing to send that message, I just need you to tell me if a 20 hits.
Yes.
Okay. So one second set of volley comes through, 2 of them miss, and 1 hits you.
Okay.
And as that one hits you, you light up. Your invisibility drops as you are covered in fire.
Oh, no.
You're going to take 12 points of damage. And there's a moment of panic when you think this is real fire, and then you realize it's fairy fire. It's not actually burning you, but it's leaving you lit up like a beacon.
Stupid.
Okay. So, Trixie, what'd you get for your initiative?
Natural 20, bitch.
So
I
25.
rolled a natural 20.
Yes.
What's your total then?
26.
26. Tanzanite, what'd you get?
Let's
11.
go.
Okay.
Thematically accurate.
All right. So Asher with a total of 26. You're going to go first, but I'm going to have happen. This makes the most sense to me. Is Asher? I'll have you take your first turn because you rolled natural 20. Then I'll have Trixie take her first turn. Then I'll have it go back to you, Asher, and back to you, Trixie, before we go through any of the other orders. Okay?
Sounds
Does that work for y'all?
Yep.
Okay. Asher. You see and hear Trixie whisper, "Don't you fucking dare, we're in this together." Da, 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 da. And you know things are happening. What do you do first? You've got your gun loaded with the fire bullets. You can make out Tanzanite sort of through the webbing.
Her fairy fire, I'm assuming I can see.
She's lit with the fairy fire.
So we're the distraction. That was the plan, right?
That was the plan.
So I'm gonna walk up, and I mean, Tanzanite is no longer able to stealth through, and she's all lit up. They know she's there. So I'm just gonna walk up next to her, and I'm gonna say, "Call the elements, but one in particular. What could go wrong here?" And just shoot a fireball at the
Like across the room.
like across the room, like at one of the creatures.
Okay, so you'll have to step in to see anything because they're both off to the sides. So you step all the way in,
Yeah, I'll step until I can see a target, and then just
casting fireball. Okay, roll the fun fireball.
Chaos ensues.
I love fireball.
wait.
It is such a mess to cast fireball. 26. What level are you casting it at?
Just third for right now.
Okay. So just describe for me again how your fireball takes off, because verbal somatic material doesn't really matter, but you're saying something and you're moving and something's happening. Can you just describe what this looks like?
Asher, always trying to look as cool as possible, just strides into the room, says his poem, which was, "Call the elements, but one in particular. what could go wrong, and just hand out like he's throwing a baseball, and it just like appears, just wham, like at the thing.
Okay. So the dex save for this, I believe, is 20 for all of these creatures.
Yes.
There are 6 creatures, technically, in the room. 3 of them are on the other side. So I'm just randomly choosing some dice to be the other creatures. None of them made the save, so they're taking the full amount of damage.
Nice.
So what was the damage?
26.
Okay.
Nice.
Beautiful. All right. Anything else you're doing on your first turn?
Let's see. I will see. Shoot. You're feeling quite low, but don't worry. Here's a joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? I cast Bardic Inspiration on Trixie.
Trixie, you have inspiration. Trixie, your turn. What are you doing?
Okay, so he's
What's too many?
effectively, huh?
It's too many syllables, but whatever. Go ahead.
He's
Before I go any further, you, Trixie, from your vantage point, as he's darted into the space, turned to the left and just you saw the spark, the streak of fire flashing from his fingertips. And you haven't witnessed it. You've talked it over. You've heard about what happened the last time you did that, because there was a similar situation with spiders. You happened to be downstairs. The fire spread pretty quickly, and this is a room full of webs. So you saw that flash. You hear the explosion, and you continue to hear the roar of fire.
okay. I am. I'm going to run up to Asher, and I'm going to yank him out of the room.
Okay. Are you resisting this at all, Asher?
I mean, I didn't cast it like at my own feet like I did last time.
There's webs everywhere.
All right. I didn't know, I guess.
So are you resisting being yanked back a little bit?
Oh,
Or are
no.
you? So, yeah, using your action, you can yank him out of the way. You still have your bonus action.
Oh, I forgot I have that. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, wait. Oh, nope. Yeah, nope. I'm not going to do anything. I don't think. Actually, I guess if I need to, I would spend the key point to dodge for patient defense. Like I can spend a key point to dodge if I need to, like as a bonus action on my turn.
Mm-hmm. So you're staying there, but
yeah, I'm gonna grab him and like as a form of dodging, I'm gonna like duck us down and like hold him down, kind of thing. Just at least until I hear the fire pass the entrance. Does that make sense?
Okay, I think a little bit of clarity here. It's burning, but it's not burning that swiftly. I think now that you're in this position and you've kind of yanked him out of potential harm and out of the webbing, you can see it's burning. It's going to burn through the entrance. It's going to burn all the way across.
Right.
It's catching the fuel of a web is a fast burning thing. It's like a flash powder.
Right.
So it's after catching that one space, it is going to flash through pretty quickly.
Right.
And since it's back to the top of the order, it is flashing through.
Okay.
But I think the combination of your intent is to just kind of protect both of you on this turn as the fire burns through the rest of the space. Hey, minor break in the hiccups land. We come back to the top of the order with the fire flashing through the room. Tanzanite, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw as you're caught up in webs and fairy fire and real fire coming your way.
Oh, let me pull it up on my phone.
Okay.
Because
There was a lot of damage to deal with right now. Doo-doo-doo.
okay, that's gonna be a 16.
Okay, so you take 16 points of damage, as do the spiders on the other side,
16 points of damage.
and very little webbing is left as this fire flashes through the space, Asher. And covered by Trixie, and the two of you in conjunction are able to easily not be hit by any falling, burning web or anything like that as this flashes through. But you do hear screeches both to the right now, and you recognize two more Driders are over there, and directly above where you see the mama spider
Hang on.
directly over your head. And
Okay.
thank you. And as you see that mother spider right up at the top, Tanzanite's mum, all ridiculous size of her,
In all her glory.
you have a moment to breathe and worry as you see Tanzanite's been scorched a bit by that flash fire. But all in all, you've cleared the room of webs. What do you do on your second surprise turn?
Wait, so where is her mom now?
Directly overhead, high up in the ceiling. At least 100 feet up. It's a very tall space.
Okay. I would like to say hey there. You look cold. Let me light a little fire. Oh wait, you're on fire. I'm gonna cast fireball at the 5th level and shoot it up at her.
Shooting fireball directly up at 5th level. Dex save is, she's massive, and that's going to so be sad. Yeah, she catches a light. She's definitely not passing that check. So, hate to say it that way, but she's definitely taking that damage. Roll the damage.
Let's see. $26 again, which is sad because it's higher level, so even worse rolls.
Oh, yeah, that means you rolled lower overall. That is sad. Okay, so Tanzanite's mother takes 26 fire damage.
Wait, I took that too, though, right?
You took
no, not
16
this time.
earlier.
16.
Are you doing anything else on your turn, Asher?
I will say, sorry about that. Music can support healing. Oh wait, I can't cast a spell, can I? With my bonus action because I just cast it.
It has to be a cantrip.
Right. Yeah, never mind. And I cannot do an attack cantrip because I just did an attack spell. Is that correct?
You can't do a
I can't do. I just cast a spell, so I can't.
you cast a spell, so it have to be your bonus
Has to be
action
it.
type cantrip if you have like healing word.
The healing word's a level 1 spell, isn't it?
But it's still a bonus action. Oh, but it's level 1. Yeah. You're stuck.
But it's a spell, so I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna have to modify this before we do our next game and have some little homebrew around this. Make it more fun.
Let's see here. I will say a thing I was not ready to say. I will say, all objects. Actually, wait, no. I'm going to say the one that I wrote for 2 weeks ago that I didn't get to use. Akinesia means a state of not moving. Opposite of that. And I'm going to animate the largest rock that I can find within whatever the range of the spell is. I think 30 feet.
Sure. Let's say you get a huge rock about 20 feet from you. And
then I'm going to
take some bardic inspiration that you can only spend when using this rock, just because even though it's delayed, I feel like you deserve it.
Especially for writing it into a haiku, Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was really impressive.
that was amazing.
fun. What's the inspiration die for that?
Uh,
For the word of the day, I don't even know what it is. 'Cause
I think
done it in so long.
let's go with a D8.
Okay.
Up it from whatever it used to be. Oh, and I forgot this.
We have battle music. All right. Might need to turn it down a little. Okay.
Yeah, I was just turning it up to be ridiculous for a second. Trying to get it to its right level that I set for it.
So yeah, my I'm going to float that. I'm trying to think. I'm just gonna like put it in a position, or there's none of those things are close enough for me to attack, right? Within 30 feet yet?
No, nothing's within 30 feet right
But
now.
yeah, I'll just like float it above our heads in case Mom decides to do anything up there.
Kind of like creating cover by hovering it above your heads.
Right.
Cool. All right. Now it's Trixie's second turn of the preemptive land.
I am going to. What would be the walking / running distance up the wall and across the ceiling, hypothetically, to Tanzanite?
If you're a monk who can walk up walls and all that stuff. It's 100 feet up and about 60 feet to the center. But you'd be to her before you got to the center. You'd be to her probably within 30 feet of that. So it's 130 feet, let's say.
Well, isn't that just perfect?
Is it? I feel like some monk crap is about to occur.
Okay.
Don't forget you still have bardic inspiration.
No, I know.
Okay.
I know.
Just saying, if you need to not fall off the ceiling or something once you're up there.
Also, I mean, this is very much a. I'm gonna start running, and I am going to use my bonus action, Step of the Wind, to dash.
Okay.
And let me get that key point spent. Hang on.
Are you using it to dash or to Step of the Wind dash?
No, because I would use my action to dash, right?
You have a ton of ridiculous things for yourself.
Right. I still want my action. I still want to be able to attack, so I need to use Step of the Wind as my bonus action to dash.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So that, which my
Also doubles your
movement
jump.
speed. Yes, my movement speed is 65, so that's doubled is 130. So I don't know if I can get enough momentum running up to just keep going, or if I need to leap, or if I need to blink to her. I'm not sure. I can either.
Is it some blinking action?
I think I need to blink
So
to her, right? Because that's 30 feet.
So you begin running up the wall. And as you gain speed while running up the wall, gravity trying to push at you the other way, the speed is pretty impressive. And then you come to the curve for the ceiling. Can I have you just roll and we'll go with something you love, just a quick dexterity roll with all the
Okay.
bonuses that you get to apply to that.
Okay.
And we'll let this decide how well you do at leaping, jumping, racing across the ceiling.
Okay. Wait, that's cocked. Sorry. Okay. With my plus, it's a dex save or dex check.
Just dex check.
That's an 8.
Okay.
That's
Concentration.
Oh,
Oh, right. Can I? You haven't
Yeah,
said the outcome.
I
Right?
haven't said anything.
kaka!
I like how like other places have metagaming pigeons. We have metagaming crows. or ravens?
Yes.
I
What
don't
did
know
I
how
say?
it
8?
happened, but
I said 8, right?
Yeah.
It's a 19.
Okay.
Much better.
You get to that curve and you begin to lose your grip. And then you remember Asher's words and it flows through you and you leap and you see a stalactite close enough that you could catch.
Okay.
And as you reach it, I need you to do an athletics check to see if you can cling to it.
To gain advantage, can I grab the pickaxe into the stalactite?
to fling yourself further.
So there's going to be a series of little skill checks here for this race up here.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
You can roll this one with advantage. But
Mostly
you're going to have
because.
to leave the pickaxe behind.
Oh.
Okay. We'll see.
I like how you popped up just as the music went boom. You're like,
I really like this arrangement that I did. It's not the best, but it's much better than we had.
That's a really good thing that I got
That you
advantage.
did?
Okay. So what was it? An athletics check?
Yes.
So that's a 22.
You jam that pickaxe in and it goes in deep. It holds you as you get to that next spot. But there's another jump to make. You leap. You fly through the air. One last
Flying squirrel.
athletics check as you reintroduce the flying squirrel to the ecosystem.
no blink.
No, I used step of the wind
Oh,
to
right.
dash. That's a nat 1.
Oh no.
You begin to fall. And as you begin to fall, you hear a voice in your head go, "Uppies?"
Yeah. Yes, please. Yes.
And your newfound friend
Oh, you just
provides the help
I think
action, which
Rurik
gives
just
you
slipped.
advantage on this. So go ahead and roll another d20 and see if you make it.
I mean, you did slip. We all.
So it was
Bullshit.
their athletics, right? Or athletics.
Athletics.
So that's a 24.
You know you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall, and you hear that uppies. And as soon as you hear uppies, you catch a breeze somehow, and you feel claws gripped into your back, and you coast, and you really are a flying squirrel for a moment before you slam into that stalactite, catching hold, burrowing in deep. And there, right next to you, is the hide of the large Drider, sometimes known as Tanzanite's mom, sometimes known as, what is Tanzanite's mom's name?
Kick her ass. No, that's not her name, but that. Her name is. Oh, I exited out of it because my computer went crazy.
Kikeras. Kikaris.
Kikaris.
Started with a D, right?
No.
It was, I don't remember.
No.
Nope.
Delta Dawn.
We definitely didn't change her name because forgot all of.
No, you
thing.
sent it.
All right.
You
It
just renamed
is-
them all in the last thing, and I didn't save that because it was in the.
I did.
Okay.
Oh wait, shit. Where are my parents? I didn't do my parents.
They were the last part.
It's actually a quote from Bruce Wayne, but
Gemstones.
Okay. While she's
Her
hunting
name
that out.
is Jade.
Okay. Little random names again. She's going to have like 6 names by the time this campaign's over, and somebody's going to actually track back and note which one's the actual
maybe
ones,
she was
like
basically
60 years in the
royalty.
future.
Maybe it's like, you know,
You always have
Jason
more
Jason
names.
You have
Alexander
10
Mason,
names.
yeah.
yeah.
Tanzanite's only Tanzanite because that's one stone she's named after. There's 60 more. All right, so Trixie,
Do I still have
you
my
have
accident point?
used your bonus action and your movement with your ridiculousness. You've used up your familiar's help action. You've used up the now I really just slipped and said it. You've used up all these components. All you have left is your action. What are you doing for your action?
Oh, I'm punching a mama.
Okay. Releasing one hand from the stalactite. precarious in your balance,
I got my legs wrapped around it.
going for a punch.
Probably not. Especially not an unarmored attack. 14.
14 misses.
Mm-hmm.
You have a second attack in your action.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to attempt to do... Wait, no. It has to be a melee weapon attack. Never mind. Do my fists count as melee weapons?
I always think they should because you're a monk. That's like legit what you do.
I think they are.
It's just the flurry of
Oh,
blows. I don't think it should be able to happen. But
Okay.
so are you trying to stunning strike it? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, on the second one. Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay.
Roll the attack.
Come on. Come on. Come on. You were just doing so good. Come on.
You can do it.
22?
That hits.
Okay.
Big creature, hard to miss. It's amazing you missed the first time, but you were clinging to that
I
stalactite.
know. I know.
Difficult work here.
So that's a DC 17 if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
Yep, DC 17.
Ooh,
Con
and
saving throw.
They rolled a 2 plus 10.
Oh!
So, yeah, you knocked them off. And as you knock them off, their legs go flailing. I just need you to roll another dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Or you could roll a strength saving throw if you want to try to see if you could power through what's coming. As this entire creature is stunned and therefore falling.
Just while I've got it, the damage for that is 10.
Okay, got it.
Because I didn't want to forget. Dex save or strength save? Gee, I wonder which one I'll pick. I'll try a dex save.
Okay.
We were fighting earlier.
Larissa says to her dice.
Ah!
I'm letting you out of jail. You be nice to me.
14. They're losing all their juju.
You start falling, swiped aside by a leg that just caught you in the right spot. You are in flight motion. It's a long way down. You won't crash until the top of the order.
I also have slow fall.
And that will use your reaction to use that if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay. So reaction gone, falling with
I have nothing left.
with the Queen Mother. And as you kind of like engage in that part of your monk training that allows you to glide down like a little sugar glider, you notice that the queen is also slowing down, even though she's stunned. And as you notice this, you also notice her begin to shake off your stun well before your stun should have worn off, as she uses one of her legendary actions.
Hey, at least she used it on herself and not us.
True.
Well, she just used it on herself at the end of Trixie's turn, and now it's her turn. You more feel or hear the next thing that happens, and you're so close that, sorry, I've got the burps now, that when the poison hits you, you breathe it in a little bit, but you're immune to poison. I need you to roll a con saving throw, though.
Is Constitution the saving throw for a bad taste in your mouth?
She has some other ridiculousness in this.
12, 12 plus 9. 21.
Okay. You feel that there's something else to this poison spray that just came from this spider-like creature, but you're fighting it off. And you kind of cough and hack, and you can feel on your back your little friend go, oh, closer, closer, closer. And as you hear it, kind of like with that sad momentary reaction or whatnot, you also look down and you see the poison falling to the ground where Tanzanite and Asher still stand.
Can I free action yell or
The
not?
rock blocks most of it, but it splatters all around. And it's a lower dexterity save for y'all, but I need you both to roll a dexterity saving throw to see if you avoid the poison splash. Poison and acid splash. Your rock takes 10 points of damage, Asher. as
I'm
it's
only at
eaten
a
away
12.
little.
25.
Asher, you're easily able to stay out of the spray. Tanzanite, you take 10 points of damage as well. It's poison damage and acid damage combined. If you have any resistances or immunities to either of those, I can break it out for you. Okay, cool.
Nope, I don't.
That takes us to the other Driders, and they loose more arrows in Tanzanite's direction. The drama going up above is a little beyond their purview, but they know where Tanzanite is due to the glow around her. Oh boy, you take. I think I had your AC right, but let me double check this. Does 20 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. Does 18 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. Then does does 10 hit you? No,
No.
right? That's the next lowest one after that. So 4 arrows hit you.
Okay.
And you take 7 points of damage as each arrow hits you for a total of 28 damage.
Oh my god.
And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god. 5, 6, 7.
Okay. You have the poison effect or the poison condition, and you just took an additional 16 points of damage. Poison damage.
Okay. And I am poisoned, which...
So arrows fly in all directions and they hit you. One from the right where you hadn't previously been shot from, and 3 from the left. And you see another arrow fly off, missing you entirely. You hear the noise from above. You're feeling weakened by the poison, ill. But also, this shouldn't be happening. It's your turn. What are you doing?
I am going to... Okay, so to make sure I understand, because I may have missed a little bit with my computer being crazy.
No worries.
My mom is currently falling through the air slowly. There's a rock above me. Asher's next to me. Are there any of the things close to us, or are they all up on that? Like
They're all at the edges of the room, as far away as they can be, with their longbows drawn.
They're long draw. And like distance-wise, how far are they from me?
50, 60 feet, give or take, depending on which exact one you're looking at.
50, 60 feet. Okay.
You're more moved into the room, so there's options and distances.
And I can use a bonus action to move again, right? I can't. I don't remember. I don't know as a non-monk.
A monk can use a bonus action to dash when they
normal person
use
couldn't.
their thing. Let me think about what you had in your bonus actions. Your bonus actions were like if you cast your spiritual weapon in and use it, you have 2-weapon fighting. I think you have some spells like Shield of Faith and Misty Step and spiritual weapon, holy weapon, I think. But other than that, yeah, that's
Okay.
Can you roll a survival check really quickly, Tanzanite?
Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Shit. Survival 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. You're not sure what this situation really is, but you know that it's a very dangerous situation. And you are going to have to play big if you want to survive this. And if you want your friends to survive.
Okay. Oh god. Okay. I have no idea what to do.
Just pew pew somebody. Give him the explodey.
Okay. I'm gonna. How far am I from my falling mother?
You're pretty much right under her. She's falling. She'll be on you soon. A big splat.
Okay. I'm gonna come out from under the rock and get to where I can see my mother, and I'm gonna do a is that the
Are you laughing from coming out from under her rock?
we're gonna have to do. I'll try to do this. I don't know. 8th level. I am going to do an 8th level blight on her.
Yeah, get it.
Okay. That's a
And
con
that's
save.
a con of 17.
She rolled an 8, and I add not enough. She fails the check.
Okay. So, a D8 are this one? No, that's a 10. This one. Nope, that's a 12.
So that's 12d8, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what an 8 looks like.
2 pyramids attached to each other.
Pyramids. Aha! Got it. Okay. Let me get them all out.
Stop it. I know what you're thinking. Stop it.
I was just thinking that could have been a square.
1, 2,
No.
5, 6, 7.
And I know what
I'm
you're
innocent.
thinking.
It was a square.
You're so full of it.
Okay.
Poor Jess. All the dice she has to roll.
I get like frustrated and use the digital dice every time I have one of those.
Okay. I'm gonna say numbers. Someone write them down.
Hang on.
The counting of the dice.
I got it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure I have 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, here we go. Oh, I lost one.
I'll do you one better. I have my calculator open.
Okay. All right. We have a 5, an 8, a 7, a 7. Oh, that was a D4. I just re-rolled that one. 8, 7, 6, a 1, a 5, 8, 6, 3.
That was the most up and down
71.
point spread.
Woo!
That was pretty impressive. Your blight hits your mother, or at least what was your mother, and you can see it just consume her. And describe like what that necrotic damage looks like.
Just like crackly, like have you ever seen like the they have those things where you can like see your veins now and you can like see stuff going in, like that but black.
Yeah, just you see it consume every inch of her, from her humanoid skin, her pale skin, to her unarmored spider body. You see those veins just crackle to life all the way down through her legs. And is that the end of your turn?
To that. As a bonus action, I will say that's for Z.
And with that, your mother comes to a much too soft landing. Her body over you, her legs on all sides of you, Tanzanite. Asher, you're off to the side. She kind of sidestepped the big, huge rock that Asher placed there. And Trixie also comes to ground, closer to Asher, knocked almost back to where she started her run up the wall. And it's Asher's turn. Asher, what are you doing? Mike.
I'm going to say, knock knock. Who's there? It's Asher with magic words to cure your poison, and I'm going to heal Tanzanite's poison state with lesser restoration.
Awesome.
Thanks.
The disadvantage and issues with regard to poison is gone, Tanzanite. You are much more functionally successful. So you can remove that condition. Bonus action or movement?
Now, because I did that, I can't cast Healing Word, right?
No, Healing Word is a...
Sorry, I know I keep asking that exact same question. So I will smash Mom with the rock.
Okay. Roll the attack for the rock.
What is it? It's my plus my spell casting attack, my spell attack, right?
Yeah, plus
Okay,
yours.
19, so 29.
That hits.
And then I need oh, boo. That is 6 damage.
You still you're chipping away at it. And the mother is not looking so hot right now. Mom is looking a little bit rough. Things have not been going so well for Mom. Trixie, what are you up to? You've landed on the ground. You've taken down the spider.
That's a low stealth check roll if I ever saw one.
He had advantage on the save. I mean, those of you who are on the podcast, one of our folks is trying to hide behind us, and somebody else was covering for them, which I feel like is just like a full-on awesome moment there. But Trixie, what are you doing?
So just because to make up for the nat one, I'm gonna do a superhero landing.
Are you doing like the Black Widow landing and getting mocked for it, or are you doing Spider-Man landing?
No, just
Thor.
the essentially taking a knee, which
Okay.
which I will say, affects my movement, but thankfully I'm assuming I'm right next to Mom, so I don't gotta go far.
I mean, you're close enough. It's not.
Yeah.
It's negligible, especially with your movement.
All right, and I am going to take out my my shovel, and I'm just gonna start wailing away at Ma.
Okay, roll your attacks.
Get her, shoveler.
23.
23 hits. Roll the. Why don't you just roll the attacks all at the same time so I can tell you which ones hit, and then we can roll
Okay.
damage.
Okay, that first one I would want to use the charge.
Okay.
Same. Or no, I lied. 24.
Okay. That hits.
And then I'm gonna follow up with, because now I have the. Hang on, where is it? Where'd it go? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna follow up with flurry of blows.
Okay. Roll all those attacks so we can get all those attacks on the books, and then
Yeah,
we'll do
sorry.
the damage.
I'm just marking off the key points. I'm trying to be accountable. Okay. Oh, that's a. Wait, hold on. I have to. I think that was a nat 1. It didn't look like a 7. And then. And that was a 2. So, what's my flurry of
Okay.
blows? So that would be a 12. So a natural 1 and a 2.
Neither of those hit.
Yay.
It's just the rage is getting to you, and you just
Yeah.
flail out. So roll the damage for the other 2 hits.
Okay.
I can't believe you're somebody's mother.
Okay, so the first one would be 20 total with the additional 6
Okay.
for the charge. And the second would be a 2 plus 8, 10.
Cool. As those hits come in, Tanzanite, your mother says, "My daughter, why would you do this to me? You've betrayed all we stood for." And you can see just the weeping ooze, and then her face hardens. And she marches over to her, and she moves swiftly, covers a lot of ground fast, stands in front of your brother, or at least the creature that looked like your brother, and opens her mouth wide and bites his head off. And as he twitches convulsively, you see blue, violet, and black energies pour from him into her. And then through a bloody maw, she says, "Kill the infidels. Protect your queen." That's her turn. And then that's one dead other family member. And now the others are going to try to shoot their arrows at what they see as the biggest threat, which is that small creature that just knocked a spider off the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a natural 20 will definitely hit. But let's work our way down here. Does a 25 hit?
Hang on. Yes. Hang on.
Okay. Does a
Hold on.
20 hit?
No.
Okay, so 2 arrows come flying at you.
I still have my reaction, right?
Yes,
Okay.
because we're back at the beginning of your other turn. So the The reaction was used.
Wasn't used.
Well, it was used before when you were falling, and now you're
Right,
back to
right.
being able to react.
So I would love to use a key point, I think, to deflect missile and try to throw it back.
Okay, so it's 1 to catch and 1 to throw, right? So it's 2 key points in total?
Let me see. Starting at 3rd level, you can use a reaction to deflect or catch. When doing so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier plus your monk level. If you reduce the damage to 0, you can catch the missile if it is small enough for you to hold in one hand, and you have at least one hand free. If you catch a missile this way, you can spend 1 key point to make a range attack.
So
I don't
It's
have
the reaction plus the key point.
Yeah.
Okay, so to catch it, first off, let's see if the damage is too much for y'all. I don't think it is. It's 7 points of damage, so I think that's below your combined.
That's even less than your dex modifier, I think.
Well, I need to roll. No, my dex modifier is only +5, but I need to roll a d10, right?
Yeah, so you just have to get a 2 or higher, and you're done.
I rolled a 1. So 1 + 5 plus my monk level.
Okay, yeah. So
you're
already.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're well beyond it.
I don't know I don't remember what you said the damage was. So
7.
Okay.
You didn't have to roll anything. Yeah, you have that just
Okay.
by because even if I add the poison damage, which you're immune to, it's you catch one of the arrows. You are going to take 7 points from the other arrow, but you catch one of them and you can toss it back.
The
Because
other
there
one
was 2 shot at you.
The second one didn't hit. The 20 didn't hit.
No, of the 4 arrows that flew at her, 2 hit. One was a natural 20.
I got you.
And I just went down the list from there.
Okay. Okay.
Take some damage, dang it. You're killing off my spiders.
Well, you haven't been going after me, so that's also okay. So you make.
Wasn't until you knocked a spider off the ceiling.
You make this attack with proficiency regardless of your weapon, and the missile counts as a monk weapon.
I feel like this is the revenge of the shower.
So,
roll an attack.
just a range attack, right?
Yeah.
Range attack. So okay.
So I think for you it's a d20 plus 10, and then the damage is 4 plus 5, d4 plus 5.
That's a 28.
That hits.
And then d4.
D4 plus 5.
8.
Yes. Which of the 2 that, or left side or right side? Who are you hitting? Left side or right took some damage. Right side took a little bit less because of the fire not being into them first.
Then I'm going after the one that's not as
All right.
hurt.
Cool. You hear a squeal from that side. Tanzanite, when you hear that squeal, it's the only remaining Drider on that side. Your brother's corpse, or what used to be your brother's corpse, or whatever it is. And when your gaze looks over, you see another brother. And your mother is there as well. So
it's a family
lovely family things. That takes us to all the problem children, right? So they did all that. Now it's Tanzanite's turn. Tanzanite, what are you doing? Your mother just bit your brother's head off. Whatever he might be now. She doesn't seem to have any motherly instincts anymore. You're muted.
How far away is she currently?
She's probably within, well, she ran over there, so she's within like 50 feet. She's huge, so she takes up a lot of space.
Dang it. Okay, so I would like to move. Okay.
Actually, where you were, you're probably within 30 feet of her, actually, based on you moving forward and coming across. Yeah, you're about 40 feet from her.
About 40.
30.
Okay. I am going to, at the 7th level, cast Oh, that's not the right. Oh, yes, it is. I'm going to cast Firestorm in where she is.
Welcome to the fire party.
Yes.
I think,
So you cast Firestorm.
which I believe isn't near where we are.
Run, Trixie.
Well,
Oh,
it's
Trixie, are you over there?
it's 10-foot cubes that'll have to be connected to each other. So are you centering them to that side?
Oh, okay.
No, you cast it. Or are you like making them all along the outer edges of the space?
I was hoping to kind of do like a.
Are you
Like
trying to
a-
catch the other
almost a box.
Drider? Okay, it's like kind of encircling
Yeah.
Mum. All right. So, describe how your roaring flames appear.
I feel like just like normal flames. I don't think there's anything too necessarily fancy about them.
Okay.
I feel like I've definitely messed up somehow.
Well, they have to do a dexterity save. Both of them just failed. So they're going to take 7d10 fire damage.
Yeah.
They'll roll that damage.
And that is this one. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so. Oh, I definitely rolled that wrong because that's an 11. That's not possible. Here, I'll just do it on my computer.
The flying saucers.
Yeah. Roll. Ah, ba, ba, ba. Alright, so we need 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh, 52.
Describe the dual deaths by burning flame of your mother and brother.
They just like, have you ever seen those like little like magic papers that like just go phew?
Okay, yeah. So much like the webbing just burnt away so fast in the space in this moment, the two of them catch fire and there are screeches in combination as your mother, having sucked the life force of one of her own monstrous children to heal herself, loses all of that temporary hit points, as well as her life and her other child that was there. The next one on the list of sacrifices also perishes in the flames, keening together in what is no longer a humanoid screech. And then that screech is echoed behind all three of you as all three remaining Driders unravel like spools of thread, but spools of thread that contained organs. And even as you watch, as quick as thought, they are but goo, desiccating and disposed of. And with that, we are out of combat.
Is that all of the? That's all the Driders as well.
They fell apart when their creator was dead.
Just to make sure, did you ever say how much damage I took from the natural 20, the other two arrows?
Yeah, it would have been a 14.
Okay, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Subtractive.
I wasn't even really worrying about it. Honestly, I was like, yeah, they're about to kill this off. Mom's already sucked down one child, and if she has a chance, she'll suck down the other child, but that's only going to give her 10 points each time.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna be like, dear keeper, we good.
As you say that, Asher, you see a little glint of something shiny in one of the piles of organs that is the other 3 Driders on the other side. It just, for some reason, as you say, dear keeper, we good, you see a little glitter over there.
I will go over and fish it out, I guess.
You pick up a symbol of a scroll embedded in the ichor that's left behind, and holding it, you hear in your head, I figured you didn't need those 3 after all that other mess.
Okay.
As you say okay, you hear a loud thump as somebody falls in a passageway just beyond your sight.
I'm just gonna pull my gun out and be like, hello?
You hear in your head, oh fuck, it's just me. I'm trying to be godly. Damn it, fuck.
Wait, are you here?
Yes, damn it. I was trying to make it look good. Shh, don't tell anybody. That looked hot, right? They all fell apart. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, pretty well.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Tried to get here earlier. Failed. Just
The
hear
keeper has used his supreme power to destroy these other Driders or something. How's that?
You're good. You're real good. You're full on hired. I'm keeping you. There's a little bit of ominousness with the word I'm keeping you.
Yeah. I'm not super keepable. We'll talk. And then I'm just going to go back to my friends.
Can I wander around and try to find, like, I don't know if she kept like a journal or like if there's like a central area of like.
Yeah, as you move around the space, just roll an investigation check. As you're like kind of really deeply exploring the space.
I would like to also do that. I'm specifically looking for like a phylactery or anything that could hold a soul.
Go ahead and roll that investigation check as well.
Oh, that was bad. That was real bad.
17.
3.
Okay, Tanzanite, there was a fire. Things like journals probably burned. Actually, there were 2 fires. But
3 if you count the one on the ceiling.
There were 3 fires. They were probably not going to survive that, but as you kind of look around, there's other tunnels branching out of this space. There could be a different storage area. Mm-hmm. Asher, you're looking around for a phylactery or something, and as you kind of dig around through the rubble and the mush and the gush, you do spot something that it's not what you imagined, like thinking about a leech and their containers for souls, but there is some strange crystal structure that you find on oopsie that you find on
That's the sound of me finding something.
you find on the queen.
Okay, I will pick that up.
It's a circlet with a large crystal set on it, but it's a circlet way too large for a humanoid being.
Hey, Tanzanite, your mom's still into tiaras.
Can I go and investigate that? See what that is, what that holds?
Y'all gather around it. What are you trying to understand about it? Oh, Trixie, what are you up to?
I'm busy trying to shoot the pickaxe out of the stalactite.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of like arrows around and other like bits.
Well, my
As
crossbow.
As she's doing that, I would like to look over, and then I would like to hang on.
So Trixie,
Accio
you're shooting your
pickaxe.
crossbows. I would like you to just roll a crossbow attack against a pickaxe.
If you miss the first one, I'll do my thing. Go for it.
It's a 21.
Oh shit!
Yeah, your arrow hits, and you kind of weren't exactly. I mean, it's pretty far away, and you're kind of aiming. You're just.
I mean, I have 80. It's 80 minimum, 320 max. So okay.
And you're trying to like decide like, do I hit the pickaxe itself or do I hit the place where it's entering the rock? And it's like, and then just last minute, any, meeny, miny, mo, twing, twang, it hits the rock and wedges in with the pickaxe. And there's like a solid like 4 breaths where you can't quite make out movement. And then the pickaxe just slowly slides out and begins falling down end over end.
Can I kind of try to run and maybe catch it?
Sure. This will be fun.
Yeah, run under the falling pickaxe. Good.
No. I'm going to run directly up.
Yeah. You're running under a falling pickaxe.
I'm not running
100
under
feet
it.
down.
I'm not sitting there going, ah.
I just need to see you roll a brilliant dexterity check to see if you catch it or if you eat it.
Ooh, a dex save, right?
Check.
Dex check. That is a 20. It's a 16, right? 21.
Everything, Asher, you'd seen it. You were preparing to try to help. Tanzanite, you're not paying attention to this. You're looking at this large diadem. Everything about this should go wrong. Why would you shoot and then run under a falling sharp object? And yet you watch Trixie, little squirrel form, fly through the air, do a fancy little somersault or something, whatever you decide you want to do, Trixie.
Just for flair. No.
Tell me how you catch it.
I'm not gonna somersault. I'm gonna go up to it. I'm gonna turn around and I'm just gonna go. Oh, you couldn't see it. Hang on. And then
I'm gonna like
it's heavy.
I like have my hand up to like cast animate. I was gonna animate it and pull it down, and I'm just gonna be like.
So in contrast, if it makes you feel any better, I will go to catch it, and then I'll go. Fuck! And then I will use both of my hands to pry it out of the ground. But
great.
I didn't get hit by it, and that's what's important.
Yeah, you didn't get pickaxed. All right, Tanzanite, you're ignoring the shenanigans of your friends. This has been a heavy moment for you. I mean, family members. This was not the reunion you maybe hoped for. Maybe it was. Who knows? I don't know you. I don't know who you are.
I don't know your life.
I really want to investigate, like, if I can think of like past training and studies to see what this may have been used for.
The circlet.
Roll.
Broad.
I feel like this is a trio of ways you can go with it, and there's different DCs for each of these. You could go with a history check, just remembering your own past and remembering the things you studied about stuff. But that's going to be a higher one because you could do a religion check, but whatever's happened here isn't the religion you grew up with. There's going to be a lot of construing of things that you're going to have to figure out. Or you could do an arcana check. Understanding the nature of magic that you've been developing over the last several years.
Yeah, I think I'll do Arcana.
Can I
go
do
ahead and roll
check?
that?
Since I was reading about God magic, maybe it's something translated.
What did you say?
I said, can I do a history check?
Sure.
15. 22.
With a 22, you've been developing and trying to understand your own godly powers, if that's the descriptor. And what you're holding in your hand is something stolen from another being, much like you were given that nugget inside you. This is a stolen one, and it's not just one. There are multiple gems here, each stolen. These didn't belong to your mother. These belong to some other being. Some other being with the same aspirations as those you've allied yourself to, possibly. Or perhaps stolen from her own allies, who knows? But you definitely see the connection between these and what you have within you. Now, this is all artificed and isn't what you have, because these are being drawn from and directed and pulled away from artificially. But it is the same source of power. Asher, what'd you get for your
30.
With a 30,
I have an 11 bonus and I rolled a 19.
You look at what she has, and you're not certain about all of the connotations of the religious aspect in this moment, because what you immediately recognize is, much like your headspace had been around a phylactery, these are objects being drained or had been being drained for their power. There are theories and ideas that you, Nee, and other people in the space of developing arcane magics have tossed around creating objects that can impart a person with power, temporary, long-term, other various things.
Like, say, the kind you might stack in a storage room and then blow a bunch of kids up with?
Yeah, or other things like that. And I think the other thing that this triggers for you, Asher, is you know that Grand is working with this type of magic as well. Not this particular school of whatever this magic is, because this is definitely not within the schools that you have roughly categorized with the others, like Nee and with the Gith. But this is definitely in that zone of like, I think these are being used and were being drained and used and could possibly be used again. But you'd need to figure out something else and do something else to really understand it. You're muted again.
Do we have some time, I say to my friends? I need like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take out my book and go sit in a corner and prep a detect magic spell, because I only have that as ritual only now.
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
gonna walk over to Tanzanite and just kind of like grab her hand and envelop it with my other hand and take a couple of key points to do hand of healing, but like in a just kind of like in a comforting way, just to like a slow push of key. Hang on, let me mark those off quick. Where are my thingies? It never says how much it actually does. Okay. Okay.
Well, she
9,
figures that out. Let's see if next time Asher remembers that his gun's loaded with fire bullets.
9, 8.
I never shot it.
That's 17 points of healing.
Nice.
And as we are sitting there, I kind of like look up at her and I go, I can't imagine what you're probably feeling right now. But for what it's worth, that was kind of badass. Like you were brilliant, and we're gonna figure out who's to blame for all of this, and we're gonna get justice for your siblings.
Thank you.
Just try not to let whatever ill will you might be feeling towards whoever's the cause of this to change who you are.
Of course.
As you have this conversation, I don't know, Tanzanite, how are you feeling in this space, in this time? Like, what's going on in your head?
Just a mixed bag of anger and disappointment and sadness. Definitely, once I'm done talking to Trixie, I want to go sit down and try to like remeditate again and see if I can see people now that she's been destroyed. What does my place look like now?
Is it super dark in here now? Because all the
It is dark because all the people who are casting dancing lights are dead. But that is a good thing in this moment.
Yeah.
Because as Tanzanite goes to meditate, that darkness means that it's so much easier. Tanzanite, could you go ahead and just roll your death check?
Death check! Oh, it's not bad. Plus, okay, so 25.
You're in the shadows again. You're in that realm. And this space shouldn't exist here. You can feel a lot of something in the way, and the realm that you're from, or that you will be from, or that you were from, you can't tell because in here it's all mixed up and mashed up. It's trying to catch up to this hollow in the earth, but this hollow is recent. And even as it's trying to catch up and you kind of feel that discordant vibe of this zone, you are approached by 3 figures. 2 brothers and a sister. Hello. Is that you, Tanzanite? Tanzanite, is that you? Tanzanite, is she going to get us here?
No one's gonna get you here.
The youngest, who I believe is your sister, has tears in her eyes, but they haven't fallen. They're frozen. Can we stay here? Are we safe here?
You're of course safe here. You can stay as long as you want, but eventually you do need to make your journey. But I'll be with you all the time.
I don't know what's next. It's all a mess. I'd rather be here. Can we stay? Can we join the others here?
What do you mean join?
There are others like us that are staying between. They rest here. Can we rest here? Not ready for what's next.
Of course. I'd love for you to stay.
And your oldest brother reaches up and wraps you in his arms. And you can smell that smell. that is his smell. The next one in age stands off at a distance, idly rubbing the back of his head that way that he always did when he's uncomfortable with feelings and emotions. And
The disconnected middle child.
then you feel something hit your thigh as your youngest sibling seems to be getting younger in this space. And you hear her, I think I'll be ready soon. This place feels peaceful.
Well,
And I don't think we should stay long. And she looks to her brothers as she says that.
you stay as long as you need.
Roll an insight check.
Oh. Oh, plus. Okay, so 13.
You're unable to interpret what your sister's expression looks like, but both your brothers seem really pleased with the idea of being welcome to stay. There's no evidence of your mother.
Well, this may not have been the reunion I was expecting, but I'm glad I get to see you again.
Well, don't be a stranger. We'll be here.
Of course. But for right now, I gotta go back to my friends.
You can see the middle brother, the one that's closest in age to you, hesitating.
What's wrong?
Stop, Leviatar. Don't let that thing win. Mom went to it willingly. And she took us down with her. And as he says that, you see his shadow reform sort of implode on itself as he loses cohesion and begins to drift aimlessly, much like the other souls usually do.
Am I able to, like, direct him myself?
Do you try to roll the death
Yeah.
check?
Plus 9, right? Yeah. Dirty 20.
As you have the thought forms to action, and in this space that is yours, a blink and he moves on.
Oh, wow.
And it's peaceful. Your older brother looks nervous, and your younger sister looks pleased.
I'm gonna go up to the two of them and just, like, grab their hands and be like, rest and take your time before I, like,
Bloop. The solid pop. You are back in the dark of the cave. Corporeal once again.
Hey, Asher, you can, light her up.
Okay, Asher's like way over in the corner, and like his light spell is on, like and his pen like a little book light, and he's just like working doing ritual spells. And he's like, okay. And I'll cast dancing lights again. Up in the
Yeah, as you take a break between the two spells, which one is the first one you cast?
I will come over and do. I have them both ready if you want, but or at least the poems that I wrote for them.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do whichever
First, I'll
one
do
you would do
detect
first.
magic, and I'll say, mystic energies all around us, hidden deep, now revealed to me. And I'm casting detect magic on the diadem.
You cast detect magic, and it covers a space, and your eyes pick up these energies. What do the energies look like to you when you're detecting magic these days?
I actually like the weave theme. Like I've been kind of I don't know if I've said it out loud, but I've been picturing Asher like when he does like performance of creation, or when he reaches in to just like create things from nothing. Like he's drawing from the weave, like he's creating,
Manipulating those threads
Right.
or whatever it is.
Right. And so I think that it's like that kind of like I can see like the threads and how they connect to like the universe basically.
So now as you pull at the weave, you see that this particular object is not of that weave, but there is a weave to it, and it is an abyss. Each of those points along this are neutral in and of themselves. They could be anything, but how they've been drawn together and how they channel that magic into the wearer of this crown is the antithesis of any light or magical composition that you've ever experienced before.
He's a puppy.
I was gonna be like, well, that's new. I think I've got a handle on this. I come across something totally new. So this is not from the same place that I do my magic. This is something entirely different. It's darker, emptier, but I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay. And then you want to cast the other one too. So that's identify.
Sure. I'll say, secrets of the past, unveiled by my poetry, truth now stands revealed. And I'll cast identify.
Stands revealed.
As you do that, and you can't shake the weave around this object. But as you look at it, you recognize it as Belashura's crown. It is something that you think if you attune to it, you will be able to see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet. It also seems to have some charges where you can expend some number of those, varying depending on the thing, for different spells. Charm Person, Disintegrate, Fear, Finger of Death, Flesh to Stone, Hold Person, Ray of Enfeeblement, Sleep, Slow, and Telekinesis. And it will regain those charges each day, more or less, at dawn.
Okay. I will tell Tanzanite all of that. And then I'm going to be like, do you want it? And technically, your mom's. I think she stole all of these gems, but it was hers.
No, I don't know if I want it. Maybe just hold on to it for now.
Sure. And I will put it in my, or maybe tie it to my bag because it's like huge for the giant head, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I have a question. So Detect Magic is up. The weave, the other weave that we were warned about, or that Tanzanite got the whiff of when she was spying on them.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see it?
You can, and it's connected most deeply to that crown, but you can see the remnants fading away, and they seem to flow in the same way that the webs were flowing.
Like, can I tell?
You can
Is the crown what they were weaving? Is that what they were trying to make?
No.
Can I grab that, whatever it was?
Looking around and spotting, you spot multiple things that they were trying to make. And as you go around and collect the pieces, you realize as you pick up the pieces that you're collecting armor and gear of various sorts and natures.
Like, would this all have been one matching outfit?
You find at least 3 sets of matching outfits.
How convenient. Well,
Are you going to put it on?
not yet. There's going to be some more identify rituals in my future, I think. But I will definitely gather it all up while I can still see it. Be like, this is what they were making, the weave you were talking about, which is similar to the weave, the crown weave that I can't place. I don't think we should wear it. At least not without more research. I'd have to look into it more.
Yeah.
But I think we should take it because I don't want anyone else to find it either. Like, I don't need a miner running out wearing whatever the hell this is.
Okay. So for safety's sake, and because I can't, until you do more, I can't really hand off this, but put dark web armor, 3 sets into somebody's inventories. And dark web longbows and dark web longswords.
I'm gonna need some help. I can't carry all this. Maybe everybody takes one of each.
Yeah.
Okay.
So each of you have just you can add it as a
Custom item.
yeah.
Dark web longsword. I really hate the custom item field on armor.
You don't have to do that. Just scroll to the bottom of inventory, and then it'll say other items, and you just
You
click
just
in
type
there,
them
and it'll.
quick.
Yeah.
So, do you stay down here for the rest of forever, or are you all heading out, or are
We
you
live here now.
exploring?
We're gonna take the pickaxe, mine some floating stuff, build our own airship, burst through the ground, and conquer the world. That's
Sounds
the
good.
next day and a half or so.
Okay, in a day and a half. Good. There's gonna be some skill checks on that.
I would like to just see if I can. I know probably not, but like the other entrances, to take a look and see if I can spot non-spider tracks to see if there were any of the miners that came this way.
Traveling around a little bit and taking your time and feeling a little bit more confident that the space is vacated, at least from the primary predator, you find a set of tracks that seem to belong to a hoofed creature and a place where it may have fallen down and got back up.
Oh.
You find the tracks of several humanoids going into a room that looks so macabre that it makes you visibly ill feeling. And the spider webs in here are pulled back from a central altar. And you see that leaving that altar are the steps of the Driders. And on that platform, there are various components and various things that, should you want to take them, you could.
I'm gonna call them over and just say, I don't think we made it in time for the miners, but the hoofed creature seemed to go off into a different direction, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all want to check this out. I also might. I kind of want to follow these tracks to see if anyone needs help before we head up. Or something. I can't tell.
So basically, we know this is where Driders were made. Just looking at this room.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to hint at it. It's pretty much where the people
I
were
was going to say to them,
Driders.
I don't want anything to do with this, and I'm going to blow this room up. Like, I'm going to burn it down if nobody has a problem with that.
Muted.
I'm like looking at
another way out.
Yeah, this is just a side room, right?
Yeah, this is just this is one of many rooms that you're kind of exploring. Trixie, continuing your explorations as you've been going through, this is but one room. There's a storage room with various, like what seems like normal items. There's another room that appears to be cells where people were kept, or beings were kept, or something was kept.
They're all empty.
They're all empty.
Okay.
And then there is Asher. What are you doing to destroy that room?
I'm going to look around first, again, for potential soul containers or like anything that.
Roll an investigation check really quickly.
Just anything that may be useful that's not like.
Hey, son.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, with a 19, that various components that I described for Trixie, if she had wanted to investigate, you spent a little bit more time looking over it, and there's like some bags of gems that look like some of them are half depleted. There's about 4 bags of various gems. There's a lot of awful looking components, from what looks like a dagger made of a human thigh bone, very roughly made, to just parts of animals and creatures that probably didn't need to sacrifice their body parts in this way.
Anything useful for my spells in terms of?
Yeah, there's a few cocoons in there.
Yeah.
A few too many, maybe.
Okay. I'll reload up on my polymorph cocoons and.
These seem a higher quality than the ones you've had before. There must be some. Roll an Arcana check.
Something grosser.
Magic butterflies.
Hang on. I've been very good today and I haven't needed it, but I'm using a luck point. 15.
This triggers your like arcane development headspace a little bit as you look at it. You're looking at this and you realize that based on some of the other ingredients here, there must be another type of polymorph. One that's maybe a bit more permanent. And they use some pretty dark materials to achieve it.
Okay. I'm going to take that stuff. Out of character, I know what spell you're talking about because I've been waiting to get it and it's so high level, but it's so cool. Yeah, I'll just take one more cursory look around, make sure there's nothing that we can use or that is not like evil or gross.
There's a lot of evil and gross in here. Even with detect magic up, it's just like everything seems saturated with that darkest of dark weaves. That's not something. It feels to your sensibilities like something horrifying to touch.
Okay. I would like. Can my rock fit through the door?
Yeah.
My floating rock. I'm gonna bring it in here. I'm
Bash it through a few times.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get it in there, and then use it to bash that altar to pieces.
Yeah, over the next couple of hours, the room is bashed to pieces. So is your rock.
I think the rock only lasts an hour, but
yeah. So over the next hour, you
I guess
decimate
30
that space.
minutes by this point, but yeah. I'll just do that, and then I'm just gonna firebolt it a bunch of times and just burn it all up.
You feel like you have successfully cleansed this space, and even as your detect magic fades, you see that the dark interweavings are fading. This place may always be stained this way and always tend toward the dark, over the light. But with some work, somebody could fix this and redirect the energy here. This could be a bastion for something other than darkness.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna tell Tanzanite that she should send her little shadows down here to take over this place. Like she should bring them here.
Trixie, as you've been continuing your investigations, can I have you roll a survival check? And then we're going to probably wrap up for the night. Maybe?
11.
You were tracking the hoof prints. You were following them along. And then you saw humanoid footprints coming from up above that went to the right. And so does the cloven hoof print. Do you follow these prints that have joined together?
Sure.
You travel a little further down, and the cloven prints are newer, you notice, because they overlap these humanoid footprints.
Join us next week for Lost in the Underdark with Trixie.
And we will return in a couple of weeks with Trixie going down a dark tunnel following tracks, Tanzanite and Asher having a little bit of a conference over rental agreements in the space down below.
Who's going to lease this space?
And we hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful, magical...
Worth pointing out, next week, if you're listening to this, not
next
Yeah.
week.
2 weeks for us
You're
right
listening
now.
and watching. Yes, next week.
Yes. Thank you all for joining us.
Okay, bye!